Oop, that's not the live I wanted. Who the hell is that? Have you started?
Yep, they're notifying people now.
I went to go in, it said you, and then it ended up
We're
somewhere else.
back.
Why are you not there?
All right. Hello. If you were on the pre-live, welcome back to the live. It's scheduled for 5 minutes, but I figured we'd pop on early.
I can't find it. Why is it not in my...
I don't know.
I'm looking.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
Hey, there it is. It wasn't in my following for some reason. I had trouble finding your live.
Well, hopefully everyone else hasn't had trouble too. We did a pre-live, and if you were over on that one, welcome back. And this is our official live question and answer. Ask us anything. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, because we're a global community and there's people all over the planet.
Good other morning. Like early morning.
So, hello from Nashville, hello from everywhere. So,
hey, it's Grey Street Girl. I know her because she's on other people's.
Yeah. So, it is Thursday, the 16th of May, at about 3:56 p.m. ship time. And we are sailing towards Mauritius.
Port Louis, Mauritius.
Today's a Thursday. Friday will be a sea day, and then originally we were going to be in Mauritius on Sunday. Now we'll get there Saturday and stay overnight through Sunday. And of course, that's because we're missing Madagascar due to a cyclone in the area. So
It's looking like that poop your head.
Tam's still a little sad over that. I am too.
I wanted to go to La Digue and I wanted to go to Madagascar, but we can't get everything, and such is life.
Yeah. So, hello. Hi, I'm back. So are we.
I found it.
You found it?
I found it. Just pre-warning, moderators on here. We'll block you, idiots.
They're not all idiots. Just the people
the idiots.
Just the ones.
The rest are not idiots. No. If they want to do a silly comment and they want to antagonize me,
yeah.
Block.
Good morning from Orlando. That's not too far from us. Hello from Michigan.
You were not far from Orlando.
Yeah. Where were you on Challenger disaster morning? I was at work. I was in the firing room. That was my training launch. I was at the training seat at the main engine console in firing room 3 of the Launch Control Center that morning, January 28th, 1986. I remember it very, very well.
It was very sad.
Yeah. Good day from Australia, Sydney. Hi, do you do much nightlife on board? Not really. We're kind of like, we eat late, so it depends on what you define by night. We have 7:45 dinner, which we're normally done by like 8:30. And then most of the time we come back to the room, we do a Facebook post, which is kind of our journal. What we've done today, we put pictures on it, and then I post that over onto our Instagram site. And then we just kind of catch up on the day's activities and doom scroll and things like that. And go to bed, and then we get up in the morning. So we're not really... If there's something special going on, we will stay up for it. The thing about a world cruise is it's not like a normal cruise where you're trying to get everything in that's scheduled. We're travelers, and this ship is taking us around the planet. And so we don't have to do every event that's on the cruise calendar. I mean, there's plenty of time to see those things and do those things. We have a lot of Australian followers, actually.
How long are you together? Bobby and I have been friends for 10 years.
Yep.
And we've been married for 7.
7 years. South Australia, home of McLeod's Daughters.
McLeod's Daughters is a TV sitcom show.
Okay. Dad worked on Delta 4 program. He's now at Raytheon. That's cool. I supported a couple of the Delta 4 launches from Hangar AE on the NASA side. I wasn't part of the launch services program, but I was. Delta 4, you may know, has an upper stage that is used by Artemis. So it's the upper stage currently for SLS and Orion.
This is what I take photos with. It's a, what is it? A Samsung Galaxy S23 FE, and this is my current one. Before that, it was an A51 that I took photos with. I've had this one since Hawaii.
Tam is very knowledgeable, and has a memory that you don't want to argue with. I'll say that.
I have a good memory.
And I mean, it helps having like a photographic memory, or probably not photographic. What's the other word? How many suitcases did you bring? Well, okay.
We brought 10.
However,
3 of them were for my family in Australia. So I had 2 small and a medium suitcase that went to Australia.
and then we had like a suitcase with toiletries, a little carry-on that, that one will be empty when we get off.
My suitcase with ducks.
A suitcase of ducks, pretty much all the ducks.
So they will be empty, and when we're collecting magnets, so
Yeah.
that will refill those when we go home.
And we have like things that we brought to make the room more livable that we'll just leave for crew. Like, I'll give you a little tour here, because we did this the other day, but what time we'll do this here, because it is 4:00 and people are on. So I'll kind of do a quick tour around the room.
Okay.
We're going towards the bed. What am I doing?
It's at the bed.
That's the bed. So that's our bed.
Pashminas. That's all our magnets.
Magnets. On the wall here, you can see all our magnets.
So there's 2 lots of magnets. One is for our daughter, and the other one is for us.
So that's our magnets, and that's our daughter's magnets we've gotten for Jordan.
And we've got the scratch-off map.
You got a map of the world.
With a calendar. And some duck magnets.
Bag of makeup stuff. Various handbags and stuff. We have things covering the ugly art.
And these are Maddie's photos. So Maddie, who's one of the photographers on board, takes really nice photos, and he puts them on his door for people to go and take if they want them. And he is so talented. Maddie should be
A National
a National Geographic photographer. He has fantastic photos. He is a very talented human being.
And we go this way. We've got, this is kind of like the storage bin we'll leave behind, and this has got all my headband collection. You see all the headbands, and I've got chokers and other stuff in there. And then
And there's ducks in there.
And there's also ducks in there.
Ducks.
Big ducks. We've got all the this is jewelry, earrings, necklaces. Over here we've got scarves and things. And then down that way is, you've got a closet, and on the other side is the bathroom.
Hang on. Hang on. Ooh, there's scarves and stuff. Hang on. That's our bathroom. Can you see that properly? Yep. And that's our closet. There's the closet. Then there's a desk. And then there's Bobby.
And then we're back here. So in a nutshell, that's our interior cabin. And we kind of get this back organized where we can see us. There you go.
And we have a lot of little pashminas and things that we've got around the place. And a blanket that Bobby bought me in Mexico for the couch.
We should come to Cape Canaveral. I've been to Vandenberg Air Force Base when we were going to launch space shuttles there back in the 80s. And I was there for a meeting after that. The cruise, it feels like it's going super fast. I mean, I can't believe it's over halfway done. Aww.
Can I say hi to Chad? Hi, Chad.
Hi, Chad. We would definitely, if we could afford it, we would do this long cruise again. Absolutely.
We'd do the Villa V residencies if we could afford it.
Yeah. How long are you away from home when you go on these cruises? This is something we've never done like this before. Normally, our longest cruise before this was 21 days. We're currently on day 158.
Oh, it's Catherine. Hey, Catherine. Now I understand who Chad is. She's one of my friends I used to work with in Australia.
Okay.
Like, I'm sorry, that took me a while. I didn't know who Bluey Cat was.
Well, I mean, when balcony faces the inside of the ship, I use for suitcase storage. We didn't want a balcony. We like the interior rooms. We thought about getting an ocean view at one point, but it didn't really seem it was worth the extra money.
We don't have any long cruises coming up.
Yes, we will continue TikTok afterwards. If you look at our YouTube channel, you'll see that we have been doing YouTube for all of our adventures basically since 2020. whether it be on a boat or a RV or a cruise or road trip. And we'll continue to do that and share it on TikTok as well. So, hi from Miami.
That's okay. Bobby's not giving any dresses back. Just who said don't give the dress back, it looks good on you. Bobby has all the dresses. Bobby has...
I like dresses.
We have 25 dress hangers in the cupboard, and 4 of them are mine. And they're things like this, which I have t-shirt dress that's comfortable, like a nightie.
They said they couldn't be with their husband that long. There actually are some couples on board that... I'm not supposed to say?
I don't know. Oh. It's probably gossiping.
Might be gossiping. So, I just say, yes, it is a long time for some married people to be in a small space. For us, it works great.
Is Tam actually Sam?
Sam?
They're saying I look like a bloke because I have short hair. Because I don't fit into this socially acceptable idea of female.
I miss the people at NASA. I still follow all the space industry news and everything.
Yes.
Those kind of things. 3 transatlantic. We love the repositioning transatlantics. So yes, TikTok and YouTube, they are monetized. We are making. It's like a side hustle. It's not like something that you're gonna. It's not like your income. It's just like, thank you.
The Off by One story. It's been a couple of people asking to have the full story of the Off by One.
Okay. Can I?
Yes.
All right. So I used to work Space Shuttle, and for launch, I worked in the main engines. And at T-minus 4 minutes, the engines went into a final purge sequence 4. And right before that purge sequence was purge sequence 3. And for 3 minutes every hour, this heated purge came on to warm up the actuators for the valves. This is way too much data, but that's how my brain works. And so when you send the command for purge sequence 3, 57 minutes later, the purge comes on for 3 minutes and then goes off. And so we try and aim it so that the purge sequence is on right before we get to T-minus 4 minutes. So that means you've got to send the command, whatever T0 time is, minus 4, you have to then subtract 3 minutes, and that's the time you want to send the command. And so I asked the launch director when the T0 time was. He told me, and because this was like 10 hours before launch when we send the command to go to purge sequence 3, and then I subtracted that from the T0 time, and I was off by 1. So instead of being the purge was on right before, it basically was right on right after it, and that was kind of pointless. It's not a safety thing. It didn't affect the mission. It's more just the engineering side wanted to warm up the actuators a little bit. I had to subtract 4 from the time of liftoff, and I was off by 1. Yep. No, Tam. I met Tam in. Actually, we were on Voyager of the Seas, which was out of Sydney, and we both got up early in the morning to get sunrise pictures coming into Fiji. Do I know how to write software? Because you could be a cool mappy. You could write a cool mappy thing. I actually used to write iPhone apps. I don't do that anymore. I took all the apps down, but that was fun. I did that for a while. Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry, the Wi-Fi is
folks.
cutting out.
It's been really good.
Dr. Jenny.
Hey, Dr. Jenny. We heard about your adventures, or more specifically, your hubby's adventure.
Him and Maddie are both very bruised right now.
Bunch of people got off and did safaris and just got back on. So, did I have top secret clearance? I had secret clearance when I worked for on the space shuttle program because we launched DoD payloads. So, I didn't have top secret, but I had secret clearance. Night feeds from Ireland. Hello from Ireland.
How long have we been together? Bobby and I have been good friends for 10 years. We've been married for 7.
7, yep. I thought you were live yesterday. Well, we were live in the Seychelles. I was live in the Seychelles for a while. We went to a beach in the north side of Mahi, and we had an hour on the beach. So I went in the water for a while, and then I'm like, I'm just going to go live. So I did that, and then we had a live today, playing this one, and we actually got back to the room about an hour. So we had a pre-live. So we went live for about an hour before.
TJ is in a monitoring forest.
Oh, thank you, TJ. So, Do I miss home? So I miss, like,
Our puppy and our daughter.
daughter, puppy, granddaughters. You miss our family, miss the puppy.
I miss my garden a little.
Yeah.
When we went to the botanical gardens in Mahi, I was looking at all the plants, and they're all pretty much what I have in my garden. And I'm like, oh, I really want to see how my garden is growing, but such is life.
I probably have about 20 or 30 headbands. I mean, there's a whole bunch. I seem to keep getting them. I collect them. The sea was a little rough yesterday, and I think it's going to get... The captain said tonight or tomorrow it's going to be 3 to 4 meters, 3 meters.
Okay, so we met on a cruise coming to Fiji. We are based currently in Florida, the US, near the Space Center, the Kennedy Space Center, so not far from Port Canaveral.
But we...
But that will change.
Will change.
But we have a puppy. He's 5 years old now, and we're not going to go anywhere without him because he's family. So
The outside garden...
How many headbands do you have?
Most of Tam's garden on the outside is kind of self-sufficient. The ones they have in the house or in the patio, Tam said goodbye to them before we left because her daughter...
I also gave clipping to friends because our daughter's got a bit of a black thumb, so I figured all my Hoyas and that would die. So I gave lots of friends clippings so I can get clippings when I get home and regrow them.
So our puppy is a cross between American Foxhound and Rat Terrier?
He's got a big body and a little head.
Yeah.
He's a rescue. He was found at a rural gas station in Mississippi. No, our dog could not go on this cruise because he's a bit of a rat bag. He's 55 pounds. He thinks he's a lap dog, and he would annoy people.
And because of Australia and New Zealand's laws, nobody could bring even service animals on this cruise because of the requirements. And so there was originally going to be a lady that had a little service dog, but couldn't go on the cruise. For cool places to visit or eat near Port Canaveral.
Not far from Port Canaveral, you've got the Tin Whiskey.
Tin Whiskey is...
Used to be Murdoch.
It used to be Murdoch's. It's in
Cocoa
Village.
Cocoa Village, yeah.
That's really good. If you go to... we go in Titusville.
Not even service animals on this cruise.
We go to a place called Shiloh's. It's pretty good.
I like Shiloh's. We haven't got many others.
I like Tai Tai, though Tam's not really a big fan of Tai Tai. It's in Cape Canaveral.
I like real Thai food.
Favorite location so far has been Moorea.
Moorea.
French Polynesia.
I want to go see more islands in French Polynesia. And Vietnam. I want to go back to Vietnam.
Nha Trang in Vietnam was beautiful. We loved Nha Trang.
Yes, I miss living in Australia. No, I do not necessarily like living in America. I do like the weather. I do love my critters. I've got squirrels and raccoons and all different sorts of birds and things that come to my house.
Yeah, we have a lot of alligators, so you'll find them in parking lots. They're generally skittish. They won't... If you're not a small dog or a child, then they will probably run away. So.
I'm sorry.
You know, it's funny because we eat at home normally. We have 2 eggs with a spoon of cream cheese, and then we've got this... Tam's got this little, like, skillet thing where it's, like, 2-sided. So it puts the 2 eggs in there, put a spoon of cream cheese in, and then cook
it's
it.
An omelet pan.
Omelet pan, flip it over, and it's really, really good. The cruise is like a taste of... It is. We're building a short list of places we would consider living. And so, before this cruise, we liked Belize. We didn't go to Belize on this cruise, but Belize was up there. Grenada, we loved. Uruguay surprised us. We really loved Uruguay. Obviously, we loved Moorea, but it's not too practical to live there. We loved Vietnam, Nha Trang, but you can't really live there for a long period of time as an American. And of course, Australia. Do you think movies depicting NASA are realistic? Hidden Figures. Hidden Figures, I think, was fairly realistic. Other ones, like Gravity, not so much.
Sharknado.
So, funny story. I don't know if you've ever seen the Sharknado movies, but they were filming Sharknado 3 at the Kennedy Space Center, and they wanted to film in the firing room, the launch control room. And I was the operations manager at the LCC at that time, and so a lot of people working me all wanted to be extras in the movie, and so we're like, sure, go ahead, and that morning go up there, and so a bunch of the people that used to work for me were in the Sharknado 3 in the launch control center scene. I didn't go up because I was the only one not doing that, kind of taking care of the rest of the day. But yeah, that's the only Sharknado I've actually saw because I have friends that were in it. Gravity was your least favorite movie ever? Yeah, I mean, it was not very realistic. Would ever do another world cruise? If we could afford it, we would absolutely do another world cruise. I highly recommend them. I just, for us, this was our life savings gone in. Unless we win Powerball, then we'll come back and buy Villa Via. Is that what it is?
Villa Via Residencies.
Villa Via Residencies.
But we need money.
I might meet you in Southampton for a group hug.
4:15 p.m. now.
That would be awesome.
Beth Ann's meant to be meeting us in Southampton.
Beth Ann's supposedly going to be there. We have a tour to Stonehenge and the Salisbury Cathedral as well, but we're hoping we can meet as many people as possible. We are, where's the ship? The ship is...
It's east of Madagascar.
East of Madagascar, heading towards Mauritius. We are in our cabin on board Serenade. You can recap your NASA work life. So I've got 2 lives that I did ask Bobbi about her career at NASA that are on our YouTube. I would suggest kind of watching those to start, and I will do another just NASA questions ones. I'm trying to limit the number of NASA questions on this one because I think Tam gets bored with it.
I don't have to be here. I can go away.
No, we don't want you to go away. Yeah, we didn't win Powerball either. I looked at the numbers. We have tickets that go to June, and then we'll probably send money to our daughter to pick up another set of tickets.
The children on board are amazing. There's not a problem with any of them.
They're better behaved than some of the adults. I'll just say that. Yeah, we've got 2 of them. Look for the recaps from the TikTok lives on our YouTube channel. I love aeronautics too.
Would you ever go to space? No.
I would not personally go to space because I don't think I would do very well. I'm okay on cruise ships, but space feels like, I don't know, your inner ear, you'd be falling the whole time. I probably wouldn't like it. So probably not me personally. Now, Boeing is launching Starliner, I think Tuesday. That's super exciting. They'll be hopefully bringing another way we can get astronauts to the International Space Station. And I heard Starship is going to launch their next test flight in June. So that's exciting too. What type of souvenirs do you collect? Mostly we collect magnets. We collect magnets. Though I've got some earrings that I pick up and jewelry and things like that as well.
We don't have to convert to different currencies. Most ports take credit card.
Yeah.
And we do usually convert a little bit of money so we can give local small traders cash because you don't want them having to convert money. So there's usually a money exchange in ports. There's been portable ones, even in little ports in Sri Lanka and stuff. They've had money exchanges.
What is your favorite sci-fi movie? Okay, you're going to laugh at this. Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension.
Mine would be Flatliners.
Okay, that was a good one too. We're not going to Johannesburg, but we're going to Port Elizabeth, Mossel Bay, and overnighting at Cape Town. So, when do you get off? So the cruise ends September 10th in Miami, and we're on from Miami to Miami.
Interstellar.
Interstellar was really good too. I actually liked Interstellar. That was really good. Contact was good too. I kind of like Contact.
Alien.
Now you're opening up a whole new genre of things. Sigourney Weaver I thought was really hot at the end of Aliens, but
strong females.
Amazon Women on the Moon. Yeah. Space Odyssey. I liked 2010 Space Odyssey. That was really good.
Mossel Bay is the next port tender, isn't it?
Yeah, Mossel Bay is the next tender port, and hopefully that'll be good.
I'm not sick of the food. They change it up so much. Yeah. And you can just have salad every day. There's always salad there.
Yeah.
So if you getting sick of eating other food, you can make your own salad every single day.
Which is what I've been doing lately for lunch, with salads a lot of times.
Okay, how many children do we have? We answered this. We'll answer 4 alive.
4 is the current number.
1 angel, 4.
Counting daughters and granddaughters. Spaceballs. Yeah. yes, Spaceballs, definitely. Gosh, there's just so many. And of course, I'm not the entire Star Wars.
Okay, the main reason I eat hard-boiled eggs is because they don't have salts or sugars or anything in them. They're a healthy protein, and they taste similar, not the same, but anywhere around the world you can eat an egg, and an egg is an egg. Whereas other cereals and things, I'm just not. I just like my eggs.
I'll tell you a Spaceball story, because it's kind of funny and it's not secret anymore, but you know how in Spaceballs, the president of the galaxy, they had like a combination lock that was holding in all the atmosphere around the planet, and the combination was 1, 2, 3, 4, and the president of the galaxy, and the guy's like, that's the combination an idiot would have on their luggage, and the president of the galaxy was like, hey, that's the same combination I have in my luggage. Well, I used to work out at the Johnson Space Center in the avionics lab out there, because we worked third shift. To get in the building, it was a combination lock. And I can tell you this now because it's not that anymore. The combination to the building used to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I always thought that was funny, just because it's, you're out at this. Of course, you got a
Galaxy Quest. Okay.
Oh, Galaxy Quest. Gosh, there's so many good sci-fi movies. Where did you start your cruise? We started it in Miami, Miami to Miami. We do not have hard-boiled ostrich eggs.
I've not seen
We have not seen those.
Someone's at the
The
door.
eggs have been different as we go around the world. Sometimes they're white eggs, sometimes they're brown eggs. Sometimes the yolks are different colors. Sometimes they're like, the chickens are less well-nourished and stuff like that in some of the places. That was our room server just came and delivered our bag of laundry. So we've got our laundry back delivered.
Clean and folded.
So
Such a hard life. We just put it in the bag and send it out. It comes back clean and folded.
she was 15 when she passed. That's so sorry.
They haven't had blue eggs here.
Brown eggs are not healthier. The eggs.
I'm sorry that you lost. Who was that?
They lost their child
Lost a
at
child.
15.
That's sad.
Yeah, that was Jenny.
Hey, I don't know if you know. I found a lot of people that don't understand that there's a place called Compassionate Friends, which is a group that does counselling for parents that have lost a child for any reason whatsoever, at any age whatsoever. And they're really helpful. They will help you find resources and things that you need and help you get through what a horrific loss losing a child is.
Well, we do our laundry when we get home. We're probably going to put it in a bag and stick it outside our door and hope somebody takes
Maybe
it and
we'll
washes
just
it.
pay Jordan. We'll pay Jordan to do our laundry for us.
Do you ever get any room service food? I did when I had a head cold.
I didn't leave the room for 2
And
days.
didn't leave the room for 2 days and got room service. And it was good, actually. The Cobb salad was really, really good, and I got some of the chicken wings were really good. Yeah. Yep,
okay.
Our YouTube channel is Tam and Bobbi Adventures, and you can watch videos all the way back from 2000. Get Tam back in the picture.
No, with the full world cruise, if you paid for the entire world cruise, you get 3 bags of washing a week.
So right now there's probably about 800.
There's 830 something, I think.
Board. There was about 700 something from Dubai to Seychelles, and then some people that were on independent journeys got back. Some others got off. When we get to Cape Town, more will get on, others will get off.
Yeah, some will get off in Mauritius too.
Yeah.
There's about 60 going on independent journeys in Mauritius, I think. But there's more getting on.
So my favorite wig is probably the human hair ones, the brown or red one. But I also like this long one, Roxy. But I'm wearing it now a little bit more because I'm trying to get used to having long hair. It's new for me. I don't really do that. So the bags, laundry bags are fairly good. We can put an entire week's load of laundry in them.
I have one here. So that's...
So, and you can kind of cram quite. It's a cloth one. It's not a paper one. So
cloth we can fit a full week's worth of washing in this bag.
So any food you're missing, actually there is something I'm missing, which there's a restaurant near us and the best one is in Port St. John called Kelsey's. It's an Italian place, but they have really good calzones, and I've been kind of hankering for a calzone when we get back.
Pretty much the size of a pillowcase, yes.
So, do you make your way? Yeah, we're going to be through a lot of Europe. Not so much the eastern side on this one because we're not going through the Red Sea. A lot of Greece and Turkey, and the Black Sea got cut out. But we'll be going Italy, a lot of the islands, and then
I get to go to Spain. I haven't been to Spain yet.
Barcelona and Spain. We have been to Spain. We just haven't been to Barcelona. We went to.
I went to Cartagena, but that wasn't the same.
Cartagena.
I want to go to Barcelona.
Yeah, and we get 3 a week of those.
Please enjoy you two leaving disgusted. Why are you leaving disgusted?
I don't know. Currently studying abroad in Venice, Italy. Oh, that's so cool that you get to do that. We loved Venice when we went 2 years ago. We are on the ship for another 116 days, I think, when we get to Miami on September 10th. Tam misses Australia, and I liked Australia. I'm hoping we move there because I think that would be fun.
We get to Ireland, but only to Cork, I think. We're going back in 2025. We're doing an Ireland-Scotland cruise with Norwegian.
Do you enjoy trying new foods in different countries? Yes. Usually if we go off, we'll a lot of times get something for lunch while we're off the ship. We had some really good noodles and oolong noodles in...
Udon.
I say oolong. Udon in Japan. We had some really good Indian food in Malaysia and in India. So, well, thank you for... we
miss a lot of people that we've had on the cruise that were fun and they're off. There's Christian, obviously, Chrissy, her best friend, who's now my best friend. Joe. Her daughter, Danny.
Of course, Nadine.
Kimberly and Nadine and...
Mark.
Joanna. Mark. Definitely Mark. Mark as my new adopted son.
Mark is awesome. Do you feel sick when you come into land now? Not really, no. It doesn't really bother us at all. I've been to Cork. I think we're in Cove. Is where we're docking. I've been there once. Tam hasn't been yet.
Oh no, has he got COVID again? Christian's been really sick.
He's been sick since he traveled.
He may have long COVID.
Poor Christian. Thank you for following us. I loved Ireland and Scotland and England.
I have not been yet. I've been to England, but not Ireland or Scotland yet.
Port St. John. I think we're going to stop there. Oh, Port St. John.
Port St. John
is in our neck of the woods. I thought you meant Port. Just St. John's. St. John's is where we're starting. Port St. John. Actually, go to Kelsey's and get a calzone for me because that's what I'm hankering for. If you live in Port St. John, because that's where I want to go.
They also have very good vegetarian lasagna.
They do have very good lunch there. So.
Vegetarian pasta.
Not really. I don't miss cooking. You don't miss cooking? No.
No, I'm not really a cook. I'm a preparer. I prepare certain types of food. They're called prepackaged, boxed, canned, and jarred. That's it.
Hello.
And our daughter is in our house, so and our animals and friends.
So thank you all for following us. We appreciate it. We love sharing our journey and our adventure. Love interacting with everyone. Somebody had a question, just flew by. I missed it. I'm sorry if we missed your question. Just ask again.
Ask again. What's the question? I don't know.
Love seeing my family on live, waving. Hey, Anthony, how are you? Welcome back. We just briefly said hi to Anthony today.
Is there a lot to do on the ship on sea days?
Kind of. I mean, you can always find stuff to do. For us, we don't do a lot. We've gone to some enrichment lectures. We used to do a lot more trivia than we do on this cruise. A lot of times we just spend it up watching the world go by. The good thing about our living room, aka the Viking Lounge, Crown Vortex, is you can watch the waves and watch the ocean, or you can watch. You can people watch on the pool deck, and so it's kind of fun.
No, the crew has changed around a fair bit. There is some, like the entertainers, our singers are on for the entire voyage.
Right. Some of the
Trixie,
staff.
like the
digital manager.
Digital manager's on for the whole cruise.
Of course, her husband is the HR manager.
Some of the spa staff are on. but majority of them do 6 or 9 months and then they're gone.
Matter of fact, the hotel director, Naboo, who got on in L.A., or actually Honolulu, is getting off in Cape Town, and Philip, who was our hotel director for the first segment, is coming back on in Cape Town. And then we found out today, when we get the last leg from Amsterdam back to Miami, both Philip and Naboo will be on. So that's kind of cool.
So, yes, this is our first world cruise.
Yep.
So many kids, there's about 60, I think.
It varies from leg to leg, but
there's permanent
ones that are on.
There's ones as young as 2 that are doing the whole world cruise.
I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know whether we'd get bored or anything, but I think the trip has been everything or more than I had personally hoped for. It was been really eye-opening to me, being able to see all of the ports, see what the cultures are like, see how people lived, and just seeing that every place we go, the people are wonderful. They're happy, they're friendly. It's been very eye-opening for me.
And people are homeschooling on board.
Yeah.
Other people, their kids are going to kids club because they're too young for school. What else was there? There was another question.
Meet you in Copenhagen.
There is a casino on board. Favourite port thus far? We loved Antarctica, but it wasn't really a port. It was a sail through, and we loved Moorea.
And Nha Trang was really nice. I wouldn't put it in the Moorea category, but it was really nice.
Some of the ports have been overwhelming and taken a lot to process. I think it makes us recognise our privilege that we can sit here and decide where we want to live, and that we have that option. And I will 100% recognise my privilege in the fact that I won the birth lottery in where I was born and who I was born to, and my situation is only different because of circumstance, not
if you think about it,
any of my doing.
The things you can't control are where you were born and who you are born to. And other than that, those two things that are beyond any of our control, they define who you are as a person. I mean, everyone starts out the same. They're born into a situation that's different. And so they've got that different starting point. They've either got more privilege or less privilege, or more opportunity or less opportunity. And from there, that's been very eye-opening to be able to see that, especially going through India.
And Sri Lanka.
And some of the places like that. We would go back to Vietnam, because we really want to go to Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos, and we didn't do any of those on this cruise. So
yes, I was born in Melbourne.
Thank you for the rose.
Melbourne, Australia, obviously.
So there's places, so I kind of like the idea of moving back to Western Australia and then spending maybe 3 months in Vietnam and 3 months in Thailand and 3 months maybe in Moorea, and then go back to Australia and just kind of staying in this Asia area. Whether we actually do that or not, I don't know, but that's...
Okay. I have family in Warrnambool.
Yes, we are married. Tam, your spouse.
Our daughter lives in the wheat belt, so she's not too far from Warrnambool. She sometimes works there.
Lived in Fitzroy. But...
I used to go for the Fitzroy Football Club until they got killed.
I'm not really hard over, but Tam's sister barracks for the Western Bulldogs, so I'm kind of a Western Bulldogs fan just because that's what Tam's sister is.
We've been married 7 years.
7 years. We met in 2013 on Voyager of the Seas. Oh, thank you. We love doing the morning greetings.
Sunshine is where my sister lives.
I'm sorry it's cold there. That's one of the things, in addition to where we want to live, one of the criteria is it can't be cold.
I do not work. I am currently unemployed. I've been unemployed for the 7 years I've lived in the US.
And I'm retired. I retired in 2019 from NASA after 34 years. Well, I'm glad you've had a good marriage. That's nice.
We would love to be married 30 years.
I did promise.
I'm promised that much. So
in 2019, I had a pulmonary embolism, and I promised Tam 30 years. So.
No, in 29 you had a saddle pulmonary embolism that almost killed you, and you promised me that you would give me 30 years.
Yes. So.
Just why what?
Don't know. Do you?
Did you meet Tam as Bobby?
So I officially transitioned.
Yes, because you've always been Bobbi.
I've always been Bobbi.
That's who you are.
I presented differently when we met. More what society stereotypically expects you to.
Okay, so Co, I don't want to be rude, but what clothes do you wear? Are you not playing dress up too? Who are you? Are you, like, how do you present yourself? Do you fall with societal expectations? Like, who is meant to have long hair, short hair? Who is meant to wear skirts and dresses? Because I can tell you right now that historically there's numerous communities that dresses were made for men. Long hair is masculine.
Thank you, TJ.
So I don't know who or why you think you need to say that people are dressing up, but maybe you need to look in the mirror and go question yourself.
I'm sorry, widowed. I lost my first wife to breast cancer in 2013, and then me and Tam got married in 2017.
Yeah.
Well, we got married in 2017. We met in 2013, but we didn't get married till 2017. Congratulations, 43 years.
Yeah, we've been friends since 2013.
Yeah.
Married since 2017.
Yeah.
We did the longest long distance relationship that you can possibly do.
Yeah, because if Tam was any farther west in Australia, it would have been closer to go the other way, to between Florida and Australia. It was like 10,000 miles. It was insane. Well, thank you.
It was very long distance.
We started as friends, and it just went from there.
We met on Voyager of the Seas coming into sunrise in Fiji.
Tam says, hearts not parts.
Yep, hearts not parts.
I'm glad I found Tam too. I believe it was meant to be.
And it was Skype. We got through a long distance relationship with Skype. Skype saved us.
Yeah. And because of the time difference too, and I was working day shift, and at the time Tam was working night shift, it was like when Tam got home from work and was going to bed, I had like 30 minutes where I was getting up, getting ready for work. And then when I got home from work, there was like 30 minutes where I was getting ready for bed, and Tam was getting up, getting ready for work. We could have these 30 minutes each side of our jobs.
Because I work shift work.
Yeah. The time difference is horrible. And we, daylight savings is different between Australia and the U.S., and so it's anywhere from 14 to 16 hours difference, and we could never work it out. I mean, it was hard.
We do not get bored on the ship. Like, no. I did say I got bored early, which is why we started an early thing, but that was just because we came back to our cabin. I can sit and watch the world go by all day. Like, I love watching the ocean. It gives me peace. I really enjoy it.
It's very calming. We all made it work, and we made it work.
We did make it work, and if you can make that sort of long distance work for 4 years, and then being together is easy.
And it's actually kind of...
No more live stream karaoke. Oh.
Part of being when you're first starting out in a long distance relationship is it's kind of safer. There's you don't have the same walls up. Because you're 10,000 miles away, and you can be more your honest self, and it was just a little easier. No authentic self. I think she did a little bit. I mean, I hadn't come out, but my first wife knew that I liked women's clothing more than men's clothing. I always commented that women's clothing was prettier than men's clothing and things like that. And so I think they pretty much knew. I didn't formally come out then, but we're excited for Africa. We're super excited to be there. 11-day cruises are fun.
Before we started this cruise, the longest we'd been on a cruise was 21 days. Yeah.
Yep, 21 days was our longest. And we did two of those, but now we're at day 158.
There's some very good community on board.
Yes.
We've got a couple are off at the moment doing an independent journey, but
there's some got back, and others are on, and it's just a good community. I'm looking forward to June. I think they're going to have some Pride stuff coming on board.
I really enjoyed the penguins. I think with the sea life creatures, because I've seen whales and dolphins and all other things before, but the penguins in Antarctica were just the cutest thing you'd ever seen.
The only where in Africa it's not safe is Ghana, and we're not going to get off in Ghana. Partially because of the anti-LGBT laws, and partially because we don't want to support countries that don't support our community.
When we're in Port Elizabeth?
We will be in Port Elizabeth, let me see, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think Friday, Saturday. I think the following Sunday, a week from Sunday, and Monday.
Yes, we are on a cruise now. We're still on the Ultimate World Cruise with Royal Caribbean. We're on here till the 10th of September.
I think it's like the 27th of May. We're 26th, 27th, 8th, somewhere in that.
What's the rest of the itinerary? Still too much to go through.
We have
Africa.
We go
Mediterranean.
Yeah, we go up the west round. We go around Africa, up the west coast of Africa. We do the Canary Islands. We do Gibraltar. Go into the Mediterranean. Then we pick up. Corfu is where we pick back up on the original segment 3 and do Italy, and then Spain, and then Barcelona, and then the last segment comes out to back into the Atlantic, does Morocco, and then goes up and does Ireland, England, France, Germany. It does all the Baltics, and then goes to Amsterdam, then does Norway, does Iceland, Greenland, Canada, Newfoundland, or St. John's, and then New York, overnights in New York, in Manhattan, and then we go to Bermuda, and then back to Coco Cay in Miami. So I got off in Abu Dhabi to go through immigration. I was not comfortable there. I did dress more conservatively, not as myself.
We stopped in Tenerife from the Canary Islands.
Which we'd been to before on the transatlantic. It wasn't my favorite Canary Island. I liked Las Palmas.
We miss our family.
Yeah.
And my garden.
Do we stay in PE overlooking the...
Okay, so we're going to go back to the price one more time. So we're in an interior cabin. We're Florida residents.
Got it.
We paid 10%. We got a 10% discount because we paid early. So we paid $113,000 for our cabin for the entire world cruise with all inclusions. Other people paid up to $500,000 depending on what category of cabin they were in.
We have not seen any pirates yet.
No pirates.
No pirates.
But we do see pilots because there's planes that fly by, there's other ships that go by.
We did have a pirate night as we're going towards Abu Dhabi.
Oh, we did see a pirate. Sushil, one of the crew photographers,
dressed up as a pirate.
He looked really good.
The trip is 274 days total, and we're at day 158. So...
We were rich. Just clarification, we don't have the money to do this again. We're enjoying every day.
This was our life savings doing a world cruise.
We are skiing.
While we still are young enough to enjoy it. I know.
We currently live in the US. It will change.
So I have dressed down to go in some ports. I mean, I will do it. Like I did that in Bali, and
you did it in Abu Dhabi to go through immigration.
I'm not going to do it in Ghana just because I don't want to support the country and the regime that is anti-LGBT. Rest of the ports through Europe is safe for trans women and most of the LGBT community. Jordan is missing us, yes.
Are the excursions expensive? Yes, they are.
The royal ones are pretty expensive.
They're somewhat cost prohibitive.
Yeah. Though the Africa ones weren't horrible, and we got like a 25% refund for affected days because they changed the itinerary, and so we used that just to buy short excursion tickets in Africa.
And somebody asked, if Trump wins, will you leave the US? Trump is not winning. The most he's going to win is the inside of a jail cell soon. So, you know, if you don't like that answer, you're welcome to delete yourself.
But should he? Yes. we would figure something out. I know I was not comfortable dressed down.
How do you dress down? Wears plain pants, t-shirt, and doesn't wear earrings and makeup.
Put the bra on. I don't wear makeup or
How
jewelry.
does everyone dress down?
I wear a t-shirt and I have my short wig and pants.
He's leading in all the polls. No, he's really not. Unless it's the who do you think is going to go to jail first.
So we would move to Australia, and that's probably, if we think about it long term.
If you like Trump, block.
So we plan to get out of Florida anyway, just because it's not the best environment, especially for trans women.
Okay, so I'm just going to put this out there. I am an immigrant to America. I am an American citizen. I have an American passport. But guess what? I do not support the orange Mussolini in any way possible. If you want that as your president, you don't have two brain cells to rub together, and you don't deserve to be on our live. You can take yourself out or just comment Trump 2024 and I'll take you out for yourself.
We're not done with the cruise. We've got till September. So, and I think there was another question I missed. Oh well. Yeah, I mean, if we do the same thing with Texas. To be honest, we don't go to Texas, and I would, if I didn't live in Florida, I wouldn't go to Florida either. But that's just end up where our house is and everything. So.
Bobby has pattern baldness.
Yeah, I shaved all my hair off because of male pattern baldness. I'm hoping when I start after the world cruise,
where are these at the Trump
I'm going to be starting estrogen patches, and I'm hoping once I'm on estrogen properly, the hair will come back, and I'll be able to just have my natural hair. But I've got to get on to estrogen first, and the doctor didn't want me to do that while I was on the world cruise. So, thank you, Tam. Thank you, TJ. You guys are getting your work cut out for you. Well, you're welcome.
Just please, if you really think that America is going to be a better off place under Trump, please comment Trump 2024 so we can block your ass.
But I love the wigs too. I mean, and I'm hoping someday I can have my own hair. But right now, it's not. So I'm retired. Tam hasn't worked since we come to America, just because it didn't make sense for us as a retired person. Tam could only get like 7 days a week at max vacation. We had all these cruises booked, and so it actually works out better for Tam not to work than to, what they could make, and then it would constrain when we could go on cruises and do things. So
I'm unemployed.
And I work for NASA. Yep. Thank you, Olip. We currently live in Florida. Yep. Where in Australia would we move to? Probably Western Australia, maybe Broome, somewhere in that area. Sarasota, Florida. Now live in Nashville. Okay, we like Sarasota, Florida area. We used to go over to Longboat Key quite often. This is the first live I've been able to catch. Thank you. We met on Voyage of the Seas coming into Fiji, and there's, if you go to our pinned post on our TikTok page, there's all our backstory.
Okay, I'm going to put this out there because this needs to be said. A lack of morals supporting Trump, who is anti-immigration when I am an immigrant, isn't a difference of opinion. It's a lack of morals. If you don't have the morals to be a reasonable human being and have love and empathy for your fellow human beings, you don't need to be on here. Just saying.
We did make a lot of new friends on board. We've missed some of the friends, like Kimberly was on here earlier, and we miss Kimberly and Steve. They got off.
Nadine
we miss. Mark. We just made a lot of friends that we've that have come and gone on this cruise, and we've made a lot of friends that are still on this cruise that will be life friends. So
okay, we're in the process of selling our boat. It's still on the market. The reason we're selling our boat is because it costs a lot of money to keep it in a marina and do everything with it, and that money can go towards other things.
We don't really use it enough to justify it anymore. I mean, it kept us sane through COVID time frame, but now we're looking to get rid of it. So if you're looking for a 1998 English Sea Line Statesman 420, check out Yachtmasters. They've got it, and
it's a beautiful boat.
It is a beautiful boat.
She's beautiful. But
if you ever wanted to do the Great Loop, it would be a perfect boat for the loop.
That's what we bought it for. We were originally going to do the loop, and then this cruise came up and we did this instead. Yes, still talk to Christian and Chrissy.
Yep. Do you ever do a catch-up with them once you are back off the cruise? Hopefully. I mean, Kimberly lives in Florida, and Steve, so we'll definitely catch up with them. Others would love to be able to catch up. there's a bunch of people that live in Florida, and hopefully we can do catch-ups every now and then with some of those people, especially the ones.
We've made some lifelong friends on here.
Do you know Adita on the cruise? Yep, we know Adita.
I know, she's a beautiful boat, and we love her, but it's just not practical for us to keep her. It's not an affordable occupation for a pensioner.
So we chat fairly regularly with our family, do Facebook Messenger lives and stuff, and
the boat's on Yachtmasters, yeah?
The boat is on Yachtmasters.
It's currently near Port Canaveral in
Florida. If you Google on Yachtmasters, 1998 Sea Line Statesman 420. The name of the boat is English Rose currently. How long left on the cruise? About 116 days.
We have children and we have pets.
Yep.
And we're both ancient. No issues with seasickness.
No.
Neither of us get seasick at all.
No. The worst we've been on was on Radiance of the Seas, going through New Zealand, South Island, over towards Australia, where we had like 39-foot, 40-foot waves.
We do follow other creators too.
Yeah.
I follow a lot of animal because I adore critters. So I follow them.
I think we follow just about all the.
We follow different travel. We follow the World Cruises.
People.
I follow people that do minis.
Thank you for the little heart thing. Yeah. So my TikTok is a lot of trans women and a lot of comedy stuff, as well as World Cruise stuff.
Oh yeah, I follow like non-binary, trans, other people in the community.
There are some cliques, I would say, or there's just some, I don't know, it's a big ship, and we ran into people that are on since Miami that we just ran into, everyone kind of has their routines, and there's areas they stay, and so if you're not up in Vortex during the day, you probably won't run into us, because we're not in the Schooner Bar or other places most of the times, and so everyone's kind of does their own thing on here.
We live in Florida near the Space Center.
Yeah, Tam's got a lot of animals. I've gotten into this recently, the TikToks where they have the cat video camera on the cat, and the cat's wandering through the yard and everything like that. I don't know why I'm on
I watch a doggy daycare that has a puppy splash time where they have their dogs play in the pool. They go live all the time. It's really cute.
I hope Royal does another World Cruise, because I think it's very good for people, especially that aren't ready to retire yet but want to. It gives them something to look forward to. So I hope Royal will do this again.
Favorite place on the ship is definitely the Vortex, which is a Viking Crown Lounge area. Up on deck 13, you can watch over the pool area. I don't get out in the sun much. I had skin cancer in my 30s, and so I try not to be a sun worshipper anymore. And I like to watch other people and watch the world go by. And we can see the critters. I've seen, from being up there, I've seen orcas in Alaska. I've seen whales all through the place. Like, you see so much from up there.
Have you seen the doggy?
Yes, I have. I've got that one on my phone. I've got Instagram of that one.
Yeah, we did mention a couple times it's on there. It's about, for us, it varies anywhere from $60K basically to as much as you want to spend.
A person.
Yeah,
60,
person.
like it's 100. The cheapest, we've got an interior cabin that cost us $113,000, but that's because we lived in Florida, we didn't need airfare, and we paid it off early, so we got a 10% discount.
We could go swimming at night. We just haven't really.
Where is the next stop? In Mauritius.
Mauritius on Saturday. Bottle of alcohol. So our living room, the bar opens at 4 o'clock, so they're now serving drinks in our living room, but we're down here with you guys. So you should be honored that we're down here with you guys.
We'll be going to the living room today. I'm sorry, Cruise Mum and Dad, but we're on a live at the moment.
Yeah.
You can take over our living room spot if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to hold it for us, that will be up here shortly. So we meet Cruise Mom and Dad up there often in our living room. They go up there before dinner because they eat earlier than we do.
There's been several medical emergencies on board. They literally get people off at the next stop. We haven't actually. They tried to do a heli-evac once, but it didn't work.
For us, our cruise was $113,000 for the two of us. So.
But we're an interior cabin.
Yep.
Paid off early.
Yep. 11 years now. My lucky number. Oh, that's cool. Good morning from New Orleans. Hello. We are a couple. We're married.
Yeah, our living room is deck 13. We sit in the same chairs all the time in the Vortex area.
Yep, and we joke that's our living room. And they come up and join us in our living room. So we'll be up there shortly. let's run to work. Have a good day. Have a good time. You could.
We can bring it as full world cruises. We're allowed to bring any wines and that on board. Other alcohol. We've got the ultimate drink package. We don't need to bring other alcohol on board.
But because we're going around the world in a lot of good wine regions, they said you can bring as much wine on board. And we did that. We bought some wine in Uruguay. We bought some wine in Argentina. We brought on some stuff on in Australia. And fortunately, they consider port wine.
Shh, they don't know.
Okay. Anyway, it's a fortified wine, right? It's a wine. Anyway, there's about 800 on the ship now.
830, I think.
Yeah. How long do you have left? We've got about 116 days, I think, before we get off in Miami.
And yes, we are married. We've been married since 2017. It's usual cruise. You can bring a bottle per person.
Yeah.
Per stateroom.
Right.
So, depending on how many people, for drinking age only, obviously. We did have a fire on board. It was a fire contained to one stateroom where people were charging multiple rechargeable devices, and one of them slipped between their bedside and their bed and caught on fire.
Sometimes when the ship is really packed, it feels a little bit more crowded. It's really nice right now.
The ship's capacity currently, because we have a lot of solo world cruises on board, is about 1,800 to 1,900.
Yeah, thank you all.
But the regular capacity, if you have max capacity of like 4 people in all the rooms that take 4 people, is 2,500, I think.
I've heard about transitioning in the bottle. I don't know what that means. Can you explain? What stop are you disappointed you missed?
Madagascar
currently, because that's the one we were going to go
and
to.
Falkland Islands. I really wanted to go to the Falkland Islands.
Yeah.
Many kids on board. There's numerous changes all the time.
In Scandinavia, is it July? It is mostly August. I think, I don't remember the exact date. I know.
Thank you, TJ.
Thank you.
No babies born on board. There was a lady that was pregnant. She got off around South America. Yeah. She got on pregnant and got off pregnant and had a miserable time with seasickness.
Yeah. But most of the Baltics will be up there in August time frame.
We want to explore more of French Polynesia. We want to explore more of Vietnam. We want to explore more of India, but different places than where we went.
Yeah. Usually, I mean, the thing about this class of ship is there's usually quiet places, but because of this world cruise, for some reason, they like to pipe music in everywhere, and it's hard to find.
And the Centrum has live music all the time, which they really don't need to.
The Centrum has, and then they'll have the Safari Club in the back. They'll have music in there, or have activities. They'll always have music playing in the schooner bar. The closest is our living room upstairs, except on sea days they put the golf simulator up there. So there's no music playing necessarily, but every now and then you hear whack as they hit the golf ball into the screen and stuff like that.
Our boat we have for sale
from Titusville
is a 1998 Sea Line 420 Statesman. It's with Yachtmasters. Yeah. It's an English-built yacht. Her current name is English Rose.
Yeah. So I've changed my name on my driver's license in Florida to I'm officially Bobby.
We'll get a new passport.
I will update the passport once we get home, and I'll also look at changing the gender marker.
Yes, I get overstimulated. Yeah. I am neurodivergent. I don't like a lot of noise. I do have loops that I bought for on the ship, and otherwise I put my headphones in and listen to things on my phone. Yeah. I will, like, the reason we're in the vortex most of the time is because it's not overstimulating and I can just watch the ocean, which is calming. We choose not to go into the very loud venues.
And we still live in Central Florida, so yeah, it's the English Rose. Yep, thank you, DJ.
I don't like McDonald's or Taco Bell, so I do not miss them.
No, as a matter of fact, we were in Chile. We went to a mall in Chile, and the whole crew was there. It seemed like, and a lot of the passengers were there, and everyone was up at the food court excited for like McDonald's and Burger King and Kentucky Fried Chicken, and we're like, okay, well, we skipped that. We went to a little restaurant. Montevideo
in Uruguay was one that was really off our radar. We'd never planned on going there, and it was beautiful. The people were beautiful. It was clean. Yeah. It was nice. It was just a really beautiful country.
Yeah, we really, really enjoyed that. No, we don't get bored with the food. I mean, they always have multiple things to order.
I mean, people ask this question all the time, but I don't know what your home life is like. But we literally will use the same meal. We get salad packs from Sam's. We cook up fish with it. We have the same sort of meals on a regular basis. We get a lot more here, and I'm not cooking it, so I'm good.
We will definitely go on other cruises. Probably not a full world cruise just because we can't afford it, but we will go on other cruises. And we will continue doing our social media, TikTok and Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. How many bags do you take with us? We took 10, but
three were for family.
3 were from family on in Australia. Yeah, they have like a 28-day menu they kind of rotate through.
We have done several cruises together. We met on a cruise. I've done a few cruises on my own, and then Bobby's done cruises on her own with her previous wife and stuff. And
that cloth is hiding the really ugly painting.
Yeah.
So it was prettier than the art they had in the room. We have all our art covered because it's really kind of ugly. So
what's with the boiled eggs? They're no sugar, no salt, and I like them.
How are the other passengers? I met some really challenging characters on the cruise. There are some. Most people are really awesome, I would say.
We the majority, like the overwhelming majority of people on this ship are reasonable.
Yeah. There
is some people that are entitled, and that's all there is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Everyone loves to know that Tam's got their eggs.
And all I need to do is thank TJ now for being the best moderator ever that's catching things that I'm missing. Thank you, TJ.
Thank you.
Very much appreciated.
We are a full 9-month cruiser. So we got on in Miami, we get off in Miami.
Don't have to do dishes, don't have to make our bed, don't have to do washing, don't have to cook, don't have to grocery shop, don't have to clean. Like, this is just, it's literally the closest thing I'll ever get to being in royalty.
I actually haven't seen the guy that assaulted me since Dubai. He might be off on an independent, or maybe he got off. I don't know.
We did hear that he assaulted a local in India, so we're not sure where that went.
Yeah. So, yeah. How did you hear about the cruise? It came in an email. Royal Caribbean emailed us like the day they released it to like Diamond and above, Crown and Anchor status. We booked it that day. I mean, we sat around, talked about it for an hour, and then we're like, we're going to book it. Hello from Scotland.
Michael Bailey has family issues that mean he's not joining the cruise.
Yeah, he was going to come on in, I think, Beijing to Singapore, or that leg, and from what we heard, there was timing with some of his son's activities, and he couldn't come.
What do we? I lost this. There was something there.
Culture shock.
There was somebody here that asked. It was a reasonable question. I've forgotten what it was. Would you say that things have changed us? And all I will say is that being on a royal cruise has made us recognise our privilege even more than we did before we started this.
Yeah,
that we are very privileged, both won the birth lottery to be born in countries to people that let us be ourselves.
Right.
Number
Gave
one.
us opportunities that others didn't have.
And I honestly believe that being Australian and being born female, that I wouldn't have the opportunities that I had in other countries. Like, I've seen firsthand the way that a lot of people get treated as second class when they shouldn't be, just because of the gender they're born. And I'm not okay with that.
We loved Argentina. We did the bus tour.
I liked all of South America.
Hop off tour around Buenos Aires. It reminded Tam of Melbourne a little bit when we were going around.
Yeah. It had a lot of green space and older Victorian buildings and things.
Ushuaia was really, really nice. It reminded me a lot of southeastern Alaska. It was really, really pretty.
Just
Winter.
It
was cold, yeah.
Nope, I am unemployed high school dropout. Karen?
Would you like to live on a cruise forever? Sure, if we could afford it. Yeah, we're not going to be on the Utopia launch. What did you think of Australia? We loved Australia.
I like Amike. Ami's a very nice. Ami and Gustav are both very nice people, and even their family. They're all really nice.
Yeah. Hello. Um, the only one we've got booked is the Norwegian around the British Isles, but we know we'll do some others. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth the Ultimate World Cruise.
Definitely miss Bandit. Our fur baby Bandit. And then our daughter's fur baby Tilly, which is a cat that she rescued. She's been around for a long time. And I even miss my critters.
Yeah. Thank you.
I love the way this Mitch man, like, I'm just going to put this out there. You're happy to not, like, you're the type of person that misgenders people for fun. So what you need to do is go away. Thank you, TJ.
Thank you, TJ. Bandit is a combination American Rat Terrier.
He's a mutt. He's a super mutt, is what he is. But we got his DNA done, and he's mainly American Foxhound crossed with Rat Terrier.
Hey, from Oakland.
He also has some Golden Retriever and some other things in him as well.
I don't know.
He was found at a gas station in rural Mississippi, but he thinks he is royalty.
The world is round, and we're sailing around it.
Bandit came with the name. He's got black eyes. He looks like a raccoon, sort of, which is why he's called Bandit.
So we left Miami, sailing south and heading west, and we're going to arrive back into Miami heading west. It has to be round, right? Because we're on a ship and we sailed around the world. We're sailing around the world.
Okay, it is misgendering.
Yeah.
If
somebody says this is my gender,
you'd want to call people that were born with vaginas gent. Is that not misgendering? Like,
I know I've got a lot of
like
supporters.
Even with your stupid ideals.
I love all the support I get amongst all the few haters, the number of haters on there. There's so much love from everyone for us and for me, and I really appreciate everyone.
And just so everybody knows, gendering is a social construct. You can look it up. It's not real. Gender is not a thing. The same as race isn't real.
So I am she, her. So if you respond to me, you can say she did this or she does that or it's hers. Tam likes either just to be called hey Tam or they them or they did it. It's something they did kind of thing.
I'm okay as long as you're not being obtuse and nasty. If you're being nasty, you can go away.
So that's our pronouns and how to use them. It's pretty easy. Well, thank you. I've been told I have a very calming voice. I should do audiobook. I need to write a book and then do an audiobook of it.
Yeah.
We do ignore them. I mean, it's amazing. Sometimes I get just kind of shocked by the sheer number of them. Some posts go viral in negative comments, and others are just a few. It's amazing how the algorithm works on who shows up on which page and things. I know I have much more supporters than I have haters, and I love that. I love everyone, the support from everyone.
And as Dr. Seuss said, people who matter don't mind, and people who mind don't matter.
Good morning from Phoenix. Hi from Oregon. I was trying to figure out how to write a book about my career at NASA, about my trans journey, and all the adventures and stuff. So it's in my head. I probably need to just start writing and stuff. I've practiced a lot. I don't use them that much. I use they a lot. I'm like, this is what they did, or
you get.
They have
it's
breakfast.
Okay. I don't mind.
They have eggs for breakfast. To me, that's more natural than them. But I try, and that's the important thing, right? If somebody says these are the pronouns I'd like you to use, sometimes people mess up. But if they mess up, everyone makes mistakes. So we'll see. I did go to a couple enrichment lectures on how to write books and how to write your memoirs and things like that. So hopefully I can work that. Yeah, hurt people. So it gets easier with practice. I mess up a lot of times, but I catch myself.
Never worked at NASA. I am Australian. I miss Australia. I love my country. I love the fact that I was born there. I definitely won the birth lottery. I will more than likely be back there soon.
Very much into it.
I think people know if you're accidental with the pronoun usage, a lot of people get very upset with themselves if they do it wrong. We're not going to get mean. Like, we understand that it's hard for some people. As long as there's no ill intent, we're okay.
It's not a deliberate misgendering type of thing. Accidents happen, or you don't know, and then you're corrected, and you're like, oh, that's okay. I loved Australia. And of course, Tam loves Australia because she's Australian. Home is Florida.
Go walk the puppies. The puppies are important, Regina.
Yep. My hobby was actually starting a YouTube channel and documenting all our adventures. So that was kind of my kind of retirement stuff. Now I've expanded that to TikTok here. And I'll try and work on some other stuff, but that was mostly what I was doing, was kind of building social media as part of our something to do in retirement. Well, thank you all. Yeah, I mean, it's not hard, right?
I wish the world was kinder to him.
I do wish the world was kinder.
I mean, the next generation is definitely progressing, and I think people need to understand, like, it took me a long time to understand that I'm non-binary. I just was always called a tomboy growing up. I've never ever fitted social norms of gender. I'm always been handy. I did motor mechanic apprenticeship when I was younger. I've always been handy with tools. I do the home renovations. I fix cars. I do whatever is required. People will assign a gender to tasks, which makes no sense. Like, I'm sorry, but clothes aren't gendered, tasks aren't gendered, occupations aren't gendered. Gender is a social construct that is made to make toxic masculine men feel comfortable.
There's a difference between gender and sex. There are two different things. But somebody was asking about, yes, I have an NASA pension, and our YouTube channel is Tam and Bobbi Adventures, and so you can kind of search that. So, a month starting in June. Cool.
I actually watched. We went to the London Globe, wasn't it?
Yeah, Shakespeare's
Globe Theatre in London, and we watched a play called I, Joan, which is about Joan of Arc as a non-binary, possibly trans. I 100% resonate with the fact that, like, you give me a dress and you give me pink and I will scream the house down. I've never been a girly girl. I've never wanted to do my hair, wear makeup, get nails, do any of those things. That is just who I am. Like, I haven't changed. I was Dad's little helper when I was young. I was always a tomboy. That's just who I am.
And we do hang with Anthony as much as we can. He's amazing on this cruise, and
but he's been getting off.
He's been getting off a lot too.
Anthony and Maddie both do a lot of independent journeys.
Something I was going to say, I just forgot. It'll come back. Next big adventure, we're probably going to explore some of the U.S. by car after this.
Hey, Lauren.
Hey, Lauren. Lauren's another one we missed, who was on for a little while and then got off.
I'm from Australia. Bobbi is American.
I worked at NASA essentially for 34 years, though 5.5 years were with Lockheed Space Operations, and the rest was with NASA as a civil servant.
There's a few cruises that do independent journeys.
We know Brooklyn, Madison. We just they're part of the younger crowd. We're very friendly with
but they don't need to be friends with old people.
Yeah, I mean, we're friendly with them, and they're friendly with us. But we're not kind of like, we don't hang together because we do different things. We're kind of old, sit in the living room. They're kind of out by the pool and doing things that the younger people do.
What's been the most difficult part of transitioning?
Getting a feel for, well, two things. Getting a feel for what my style is, and eyeliner. I haven't gotten eyeliner down yet. I'm still working on eyeliner. I'm super, so one of the things that I'm excited for when we get back home is actually getting on estrogen proper. I'm on some plant-based estrogens now and some testosterone blockers and progesterone, but I'm not on estrogen proper because they didn't want me on it while I'm on a cruise. But when we get back, I should be able to go on estrogen, and I'm super excited for that. So
people ask how old are our daughters. We've got 29, 27, and 25-year-old granddaughters that are more like
They're
daughters. Twins.
Yeah, eyeliner gets hard. I want to do the cat's eye things.
Also said how old we are. Bobby is almost
I'll be 62,
62.
During the cruise.
And I am 52.
So, and so I have to, on this journey, probably in a few weeks, apply for Social Security because I turn 62 before the cruise. And so the cruise can hold, I mean, the ship itself can do
2,500
2,500,
is the full capacity.
And full capacity is multiple people in a room. So practical full capacity on this one is about 2,000, I think.
How do we deal with people judging you, looking, staring? I stare back. I give people very good daggers.
I just smile at people. I just smile at people.
Bobby is the most chill human being you'll ever meet in your life. She doesn't notice it. She doesn't get upset. Nothing ruffles her feathers. She just gets sad if things are not good. Whereas I will give you a death stare. I have a good resting bitch face and I can use it quite well.
They don't really do too much for birthdays. You can do the things on your birthdays. Tam brought a bunch of happy birthday magnets and puts things on people's doors for their birthday. But and yes, we drink. I enjoy Kim Crawford, which they've run out of. I'm hoping they can go find some in their stores somewhere down below deck, but that will be
you're done. It's done. It's a New Zealand
sad.
wine. You're not getting it back.
I know. I loved Kim Crawford.
But we're going to get to find out what South African wines are like, and then we're going to get European wines. We're all good. You'll find what you want.
Good wines. I used to drink red wines, actually, and my granddaughter sent me an article right before the cruise that said red wines have anti-estrogen properties in them, so I kind of switched over and been drinking white wines. I drink pretty much Sauvignon Blanc, pretty much is the wine I drink. Tam is no BS.
No BS. No. I'm honest. Brutally so most of the time.
You should try
Sincere
in France. Okay. That sounds good. You can always talk me into trying wine. I wouldn't. South African wine is great. Okay. I will. We're looking forward. We got. They're taking us to a winery.
We have our next escape is at a winery overlooking Table Mountain in the valley.
And then we're going on a wine tasting safari. So
yeah, I'm just a typical Australian. Most Australians are very no BS. Like Australians are Australians.
So Tam most of the time will drink Kraken rum with ginger ale in it, tall glass, no ice. They will also drink Bailey's straight sometimes, and if we're in Europe, Bulmer's apple cider.
I am a Taurus.
Or I'm a Leo, so.
I usually drink Kraken with ginger ale and good apple ciders, which they don't have any at the moment. So, we're not back home until September. We're still on the ship. This is the ship. This is our interior cabin on the ship. I
have currently 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. I came on board with 5 and I got 3 in Hong Kong.
Bulmers will be in Europe.
We should get Bulmers.
I like Bulmers.
I do not give off Leo vibes.
Yes, you do.
I don't know what a Leo vibe is.
You're a Leo. What the hell are you talking about yourself? Look.
I don't know. We currently live in Central Florida, so. Try Savannah in South Africa, like Bulmers. Okay, so that's a
thank you. I will.
We are partners, spouses.
How does one drink Bailey's? I drink it straight and a full glass.
Yeah.
Or straight from the bottle.
Or as Tam says, in Australia,
a 2-finger pour.
A 2-finger pour. So, that kind of 2-finger. So.
There's unlimited drinks a day with the drink package.
Full World Cruisers get the unlimited drink package. So, we maintain ourselves. We don't cook. When we first got on, the first 3 weeks, we might have done a little over drinking.
Not we. I met up with Australians and Kiwis on board and was definitely drunk because I didn't know when to stop. I was having like 20 duck farts and more a day, and then I slowed down.
So Tam drinks Bailey's straight.
Angie had Savannah cider. She didn't share it. How rude.
Angie. We have to talk to that lady. So I got 2 human hair ones in Hong Kong. The rest of mine are synthetic.
What type of books do you read?
I haven't read a whole lot.
Historical fictions.
Mostly historical fictions. I used to read a lot of sci-fi and fantasy when I was younger.
I haven't actually read much on this ship. I thought I'd read a lot more. They've got a fully stocked library on 12.
Yeah.
I've just been slack.
In total, the cruise is 274 nights, but we're on day 158 right now. And MBF are both, and they do not possess the chill vibe you've got. Okay. I don't know.
We don't get to go to Madagascar.
I don't get bored. We don't get in the small room. We're hardly ever in here. We're in here now because we're doing this live, and it's more convenient, private to do it in here.
The orange card is the Africa segment card. It is for full segment cruises or full world cruises.
So segment 3, if you looked at Royal Caribbean's publicity brochures for the full world cruise, they had 4 segments, and segment 1 was like a tealy blue, and segment 2 was a pink. 3 was an orange, and 4 is like a green. And so every segment we change colors. So if you're just on for a leg, you get a traditional blue card. But if you're on for a full segment or the full world, you get the color of the segment.
Neither of us ever get seasick.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy working at NASA?
I absolutely enjoyed it. I absolutely enjoyed working NASA. It was a very rewarding career. So all the kids and granddaughters have been very supportive. So no issues there at all. And this was the first Mother's Day when I was out. I did get a Mother's Day present from our daughter Jordan at home last year because I had come out to Tam and Jordan before I came out publicly. So, but this was my first out Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to. It's just immigration rules are different country to country, and
4 months left.
Only there's a Royal Caribbean guy, Alessio, is the only one smart enough to understand all of the immigration rules in all the countries.
He's very smart.
It is nice to have support, and I've the things I was worried about pre-transition never came about, and I am who I am. I'm happy with who I am. I smile at people and force them to acknowledge me, and kind of that's my little game I play. I smile at people to make sure they know I'm.
What made me move to the US? Bobby worked for NASA. I worked at a meat factory. Like, Bobby was working. My job was easily replaceable. Hers was not.
So I've used the dentist on board because I had to have a tooth extracted. We went to the medical facility because Royal Caribbean gave us our yellow fever vaccines. So we had to go down and do that. But I haven't gone to the medical facility for any sickness or anything.
Why force people to do anything?
I don't know. Why would you force people to do anything? Why would you force them to acknowledge you? I'm not really forcing to acknowledge them. I just smile at people. Why wouldn't you just smile at people? I smile at them, and if they smile back, then I smile. If not, they don't have to smile back, but I smile at people. That's just what I do. I think the cruise was worth it. For us, it was about $113 for the cabin. I consider myself Buddhist.
My view on religion is most organized religion are wealth hoarders and are not good for the community. That's where I'm at.
So people are still at the casino on the World Cruise. We go down and use our free money, and that's it. So kindness always wins. Yes, I agree. Tam won $104.
$104.60 once.
Yeah, that was our biggest win. Thank you all for keeping up with us.
No, there is not food available 24 hours, but you can pay to get room service if you want it. It's about $10. Okay, David, block. Bye.
Do they do shows in the they do in the theater? They do shows. They also have a movie theater on here that does movies, and they also do movies at the pool area.
I am from Victoria, Australia.
We've had several cases of COVID that have gone through the crew.
Yeah, it's been 3 different lots so far.
Yeah. I mean, people were quarantined to their room for 5 days, and then they test, and if they're negative and no symptoms, they come back out. So
I speak fluent sarcasm.
I do not. I do not speak. Well, I don't speak sarcasm, but I also don't speak any other language. I've tried. I just don't. My brain isn't wired for other languages. It's barely wired for English. I don't think I speak that. English is like a second language to me. I don't really have a first. We don't go to shows every night. We've gone to some of them, but we know of Adita. We don't really hang out with Adita too much. Adita does her own thing. We do our own thing.
Adita hangs out in the Sweet Lounge.
Yeah,
they're not allowed there.
We're not Pinnacles yet, so we don't go into the Pinnacle Sweet Lounge. The ocean's been fairly good. We haven't had it that rough.
We have friends, and we have friends that have became family that we've met along the way.
Absolutely have. So, crew snacks. So, we like to give little snacks to crew as like thank yous when we get a drink or something. Instead of tipping them money, we'll give them little chocolates or candies. And it's just something that's a sugar boost. It's an energy boost. They're busy. They're doing stuff.
I currently have these that I bought in Abu Dhabi. And we just give them a little sugar boost so they can get through their day. They all enjoy it. They all smile. We also give them cash, which they like as well.
At the end of the legs, we usually give them cash.
And then I'll
as well.
give them.
And we're hoping in Mauritius we can find some more because we're getting low on the candy supply. Mauritius and maybe Cape Town we can find some more. Do you find a big difference in temporary segment cruisers versus the whole?
No,
not really. People are people.
We're friends on.
Everyone's excited to be on a vacation, whether it's a few days or a month or 2 months or.
And our people are our people. Like we find people like you attract like-minded people. I think is the way it is.
So you don't need to tip, but it's proper to tip. I mean, we'll tip like our room steward and our wait staff at dining.
And our favorite bartenders.
So we may tip our room steward $30 or $40. Same thing for our wait staff, waiter and assistant waiter. We'll give extra $10 or $20 to some of our favorite bartenders at the end of a leg.
Okay, my sister and my daughter from Australia have already been on, or our daughter from Australia have been on. Nobody else from our family will be joining us.
No. So, and we probably should think about wrapping up because it's about 5:27. And where do you want to keep going?
It's up to you.
I don't know.
I think Mum and Dad are waiting for us in the living room.
So I think we need to go up to our living room because Crew's mom and dad are waiting for us up there. So we will probably do this again, a future date, another sea day. What's for dinner tonight?
People do wear matching clothes. There's some very cute families on board that wear all coordinated outfits. We don't.
We generally don't. I don't know what's for dinner tonight. I haven't looked at the menu.
I can't remember what I ordered. I'm having steamed vegetables because there was nothing on the menu I liked.
Yeah, I'll find something. They have I don't remember what they had on there, but so anyway, hope you all have a fun day, a fun night, a fun morning, fun afternoon, evening, whatever time zone you're in. Thank you for coming and talking with us.
I pre-order my because I am low sodium.
It's not a medical thing; it's more a preference choice thing. So, thank you all for joining us and taking time out of your day to come and ask us questions. And
thank you, TJ, for the awesome moderation.
Yeah, thank you, TJ, for all. I know it's a lot of work, but thank you for doing all the work. And so we'll talk to you all later. I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you for the little love heart. Thank you. And we will talk to you all later.